Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here today. Going to answer the question, what is a Unitarian? A Unitarian. Now, when in reference to God, it would mean somebody who believes in one God. But now, over the course of time, it's kind of been differentiated from monotheism, which would mean a God who is immanent and God who dwells with people. And when I say dwells with people, he's concerned with people. He is able to interject himself and does interject himself into man's affairs. Whereas a Unitarian would say, I believe in God, but maybe in a deistic sense, that God just created everything and set it up with divine laws, but he doesn't intervene into the world supernaturally. And so now there's an organization called the Unitarian Universalist Church. Now think about that Universalist, that would go a little bit further and just say, well, they don't believe in a hell, they don't believe that God judges people, they wouldn't believe that a God of love would do any of those things. And basically, if you go to Unitarian Universalist Church, you're just basically saying, I like religion, and there's probably a God somewhere, but I really don't know him and can't know him. So again, it would be more of a deistical God. And many people say the founding fathers were deists. Some were, but they were not deists in the sense today. If you study their life and times, it was still saturated with Christianity. Even Thomas Jefferson. I know the guy from Wall Builders, David Barton, just written a book on Thomas Jefferson and Christianity. And I know it got pulled by Nelson or somebody because they were like, well, Thomas Jefferson wasn't necessarily a Christian and all that, but they were still so deeply saturated that very few of them, more like your Thomas Paines, would be a deist. And there's a lot of evidence now. You might want to study this. Thomas Paine is actually the author of the Declaration of Independence, but that's a whole nother thing. But anyhow, so that is the definition of Unitarianism, that there is a God out there somewhere, even if he's a pantheistic God. Pantheism means God dwells in everything, that he is in the wood, he is in the Coke can, he is in the iPad, he is just in everything. That's pantheism. A lot of people credit Baruch Spinoza with the coining of that term and that concept. So a Unitarian believes there's a God, and he's just kind of there. So God bless you. Talk with you later in Jesus.